I ain't signed up to be no glorified babysitter while you use drugs. This is an insane story about how I met these drug addict parents when I used to help run Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous when I was an intern. And then years later, end up watching their kids over and over and over again while I was working in the psych ward. So peep gang. I was young, still a teenager, 18, 19 years old, getting my internship hours in, 600 hours per semester. And I was working at this drug counseling agency where we would have to drug test patients. I would sit in on the group, sit in on therapy sessions. Met a lot of dope people, experienced some people passing away, but I met this particular couple that came in to do Narcotics Anonymous. They were heroin addicts. Very nice people, okay? Clean, cool, calm, polite, very forthcoming about their issues and coming and getting and seeking the help. You can't help but admire that. It brings to front of mind how addiction is truly a disease and it can grip you like no other. But boy, can it have you doing some insane and questionable things. This is more than questionable, what I'm about to tell you though. These folks would get so high that they would black out for days on end. They had young children. The oldest was no older than 9. The middle was no older than 7. The youngest was no older than 4. And while they would black out high out of their minds, their children would have to fend for themselves. And they got used to that. And obviously it was traumatic. Well, I graduated from my program, ended up working in the psych wards. This is like maybe 3 years later. I'm working on the pediatric unit and I see these wonderful children that are just like well behaved, don't seem to have any issues like that. So I'm like, yo, what's up with these kids? What's going on? And my fellow staff is just like, well, their parents dropped them off. I'm like, you can do that? Like, what? So I look deeper into things and I see that these kids have been struggling in school, getting in fights, malnourished, things like that. Things that seem kind of out of their control, reactionary based. And then visiting hours happen. And guess what? Parents come in to visit these children. Yes, the parents from Narcotics Anonymous. Of course, they don't remember me. It's been a few years. My hair's longer, all types of vibes, right? I had short hair back then. And they look like shit. I'm not gonna lie. They look horrible. One of my coworkers gives me the inside scoop, like, yeah, these parents, they come, they drop their kids off, and then they go use like crazy, try to hurry up and get clean before they pick their kids up, and then they get them back. And based on how they traumatize their kids, they use that and gaslight their behavior as a means to put them in psych wards so that they can use drugs. Unfortunately, this is not an uncommon situation, but it was trippy for me to hear somebody from years ago talk about their issues and how crazy it got for them, and then to see their children living in the direct effect of that. Super sad, super crazy.